I'm Terri Broussard Williams, the author of Find Your Fire and someone who just wants to do good in the world. And so today I'm so excited to introduce you to a fire starter, a change maker, and a storyteller, Caroline Weiss. Caroline, tell us all about you.
Thank you, Terry. Oh my gosh, you are so overly generous. I love you. I am a television producer. I've done a ton of development back in Los Angeles, and I'm a writer and a singer, and I paint. But first and foremost, I consider myself an artist at heart. And this summer, with the last couple crazy years, I just thought I would come and spend some time in Paris. And so I'm here in Paris enjoying music and art and the city this summer.
And doing good, which is
Doing good.
one thing that just inspires me about your story and just who you are and why we are here today. Just to ask people, one, to help, two, to cheer you on because you're doing something big, and three, to help you keep a legacy alive in a very joyful way. And so to give everyone who's watching a little bit of background, Caroline and I met. I say that like the universe brings people to you when you need them most. And together you can just create some incredible things. And so, I love telling stories and making change happen and just helping people do the things that are in their head and their heart, but do it, out loud. And you are this incredible creative and storyteller. And we met just a short time ago, but I am so convinced that we were put together just to do some really cool and kick-ass things in the world. And so I feel like it's no surprise that, we met, I guess it was maybe in March. And then I find myself chatting with you about the work that you're doing and some of the work that I was doing just shortly after that. And then we decided just to spend some dedicated time together in May, thinking about activating some of our passions. And the very next day, it's May 24th, you got on with me to do a little bit of meditation despite having this awesome karaoke session the night before and crushing Elvis. I might have some video of that one day I can share with the world.
No, don't torture anyone.
I'm gonna save that file.
Yeah.
But we get together that morning, and I don't know if you thought about it in this order, but we get together May 24th. We meditate. It happened to be my birthday. I wanted to spend it with people, but I also invited everyone to do some intention setting about what they wanted to do and how they wanted to show up in the world. And I did the same. And then just hours later, there was this incident that occurred that will forever change the fabric of our nation and, quite honestly, potentially the world. Do you want to pick it up from there?
Sure. So May 24th, of course, was the mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas, at the elementary school where 19 people were, including 17 children, were killed due to gun violence. And I was incredibly, obviously, moved by the story. It's hard, you feel very helpless around these things. I felt the same way after Sandy Hook. And you feel very helpless and hopeless, especially as an American who is in support of strong gun control. You really feel like there's nothing that you can do. And I watched Matthew McConaughey's speech to the White House press corps shortly afterwards while I was here in Paris. And he spoke about each of the children, each of the people who were killed that day. And the story of Alithia Ramirez really struck me because she was an artist and her dream was to come to Paris and go to art school and show her art in Paris. And that night that I was watching his speech, I was dealing with insomnia and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And all of a sudden, it was just kind of like this, I have to show Paris Alithia's art. So I that at 3:30 in the morning, like found some of her pictures online and was just really struck by the picture that won a contest about bullying. That was an anti-bullying campaign. Kindness takes courage, and I was just like, this is what artists are here for. They're here to bring messages of hope and peace and understanding. And Paris needs to see Alithia's art. Like she's an artist and she deserves to be here. And I have a lovely, wonderful community of artist friends and the literature circle, writers and painters and all wonderful kinds of creative expats from all over the world here in Paris. And so that night I spoke about Alithia and her art and her dreams at an event that we were having. And I had printed out some pictures of her artwork. And so I passed them around along with a picture of her. And then I was going to read the lyrics to Elvis, If I Can Dream. And it took one shout from the audience, sing, for me to just belt out If I Can Dream, which is such an apt song for this moment in our country. Like that song has never stopped having meaning. And afterwards, several of the people in the group came up to me and they were like, let's do it. Let's put on an art show for her. And so I was like, okay, let's do it. And so I was able to get in touch with her sweet parents, Ryan and Jessica, and spoke with them to get their permission, their blessing, their support. And so they're on board. Alithia, they want to help see her dream come true. And her art should be shown in Paris, of course. And so we're going to put on a retrospective for her here in July. And we are going to bring her family out from Texas. And so we're working on getting all of these pieces together so that Paris can see Alithia Ramirez's art and we can just do good in the world that way. And I think that that's what artists are here for, is to create meaning out of life and to create hope where there seems to be none.
Well, and it's just this beautiful opportunity to not only bring her parents joy and help them just really share her story with the world, but also for you to show your love and spirit and gratitude for all those that have done for you too, and to just bring that to life too. I often say that, leaders turn moments into movements, and you're definitely doing that. But I also feel that the greatest movements that will ever occur, oftentimes they happen inside of us. So even as you're talking, I can just see the joy that is in your heart. But I also know, and I feel so strongly about this, that when we do good in the world, that the rest follows. And so it is happening. Like, you are curating this art show. People are showing up and they are offering their support and their help. And so, I think it is most appropriate to ask everyone else that's out there to help us bring this to life, So you've already explained the why and the cause. You've brought together this collective of beautiful people in Paris that are helping you get this movement moving. But we can help have other people out there help us. So there's so many people I want to give shout outs to. I called Dee at the DFW airport. She's looking for tickets. Sarah is looking for tickets. Talking to United. Jeff too, your friend at Air France, is looking for tickets, but we still don't have tickets for this family. Yeah. So if any of you are out there, we will, if you want to DM either myself or Caroline, we'll make sure that you get information to help us bring this beautiful family to Paris so that they can tell their daughter's story. Oftentimes the movements that we create, they're for people that we'll never know or meet. So none of us will ever get to meet this dear, sweet artist, but we can definitely pass her story along to others. So Caroline, what other things are you looking for that would just really bring this to life and make it happen? Because I know you are the human and the fire starter to make this happen.
You're incredible. So we're still looking for a space to host the show here in Paris. And we're calling it the Alithia Ramirez Retrospective Art Show 2022. And so we're going to be showing work from across her entire life that she created so that you can really see her evolution as an artist. So yes, we're looking for a space here in Paris. So if anybody has any leads on a space or has any sort of ideas or information for us with that, with regard to that, and then also we're looking for a place where we can house her family when they're here. And so whether that's an Airbnb or a hotel, we really want to make sure that they come and stay in comfort and that they're taken care of, and that nothing has to be unthought of for them, because obviously this is a really challenging summer. And while they're excited about the show, you know, I want to make sure that the experience is nothing but positive for them and it goes as smoothly as possible.
Absolutely. Okay. We will get on that. And we will also need everyone to like help spread the word and
Spread the
communicate
word,
the full
yes.
message
Yes.
when it comes time for the event. And you're even brainstorming some things that can happen post event or during the event. So I hope that everyone will follow you on Instagram and you can continue to share just this beautiful journey and story. And I am here to help you amplify and support you in every way. So I will also share any messages that you put out so people can follow me too. Before we wrap, is there anything else that you want to share? Any just beautiful words of wisdom that you got from their family, or even, things that have spoken to your heart as you've really placed this intention in the world and you've begun to create your own body of work with this show?
Well, I keep coming back to Alithia's message, which is that we should be kind. And her parents were so sweet in talking about her, and just you could feel her spirit and that she was just such a kind person and she was such a loving older sister. I'm the oldest of four kids, and so I related to that. She just really looked out for her younger siblings and was just such a caretaker of everybody, and she really cared for the people around her. And so I just, that's all I think that we can ask of each other, is to care for the people around us. And I think we all need to be doing that more in person and not online.
Yeah. Well, there's so many people here in Austin where I am today, where I live, that can help amplify this message too. So Jess and Jen, I'm coming to you. I know you know McConaughey. Help us get to him to get the word out.
Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh, please.
Holly and Paris, I'm going to be begging you for help. Fire starters and movement makers across the world, we're going to ask you for help too. But also, like, maybe people can share their own message of kindness. If you want to draw or paint or something, help us get this movement going and just putting out so much love. But Caroline, thank you for being you and telling stories and inspiring us, but most importantly, being kind.
Thank you too, Terri, and thank you for being such an incredible mentor and leader in this kind of stuff. I mean, just I feel so honored that our paths crossed and we met.
You're stuck with me.
Vice versa.
We're going to do good together.
I love it.